I'm joined by impeached Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko and now aspiring Mombasa Governor. Sonko, I'm not even sure aspiring is the right way to characterize it now. The Supreme Court upheld your impeachment. Therefore, technically, you have exhausted all mechanisms of appeal. Is it deliberate that you're wearing a shirt that reads, "Never give up"?
Yeah. Not only in politics, even in life, you should not give up in life.
Mm-hmm. But where is there left to go?
I think if you look at Article 2 of our Kenyan Constitution, it talks of the international treaties, international law, they can be admitted here in Kenya. That's Article 2, not Sonko. Article 2 of the Kenyan Constitution, sub-Article 3, 4, 5, and 6. Mm-hmm. And I think we have a precedence. If you look at the Supreme Court case of Martha Karua versus Anu Eguru and Attorney General, Martha Karua did not get justice on costs here in Kenya. She lost at the High Court, she lost at the Court of Appeal, she lost at the Supreme Court. Yeah, where did she get justice? She went to the East African Court of Justice. She got justice from there. And in any event, if she could have lost there, she could have still have gone to the East African Court of Appeal. Shida wa Kenya, si watu wanaelewa hizi mechanisms za judiciary za sheria.
So you're not ready to accept this judgment?
Okay. Initially, there was a preliminary objection that was filed by the respondents, Nairobi County Assembly and Nairobi County, on whether I filed my appeal on time or not. Mm-hmm. Remember, we had a circular on the COVID rules, yeah, whereby you can file documents electronically. Mm. So there was a ruling that was supposed to be delivered, which was delivered on the 11th of this month, on the Eid al-Hajj day, and there was also some controversy involved, because this ruling was supposed to be delivered first on the 8th of July this month. That was on a Friday. Then around midnight, another notice came from the Supreme Court. They directed that the ruling will be delivered on 12th, on Tuesday, a day after the Eid al-Hajj. Then the following day, another notice came from the Supreme Court that this ruling will be delivered on the 11th, which was a public holiday, which is okay. Now, the problem that was there, they thought that my appeal was going to be struck out because of this preliminary objection. Because the time we served the physical copy, they didn't know that we had already filed the online copy. And when we were submitting on the issue of time, I had to go all the way to Safaricom because they were objecting. I had to go to Safaricom and then requested for certified copies of the M-Pesa statements. Because while you file any application or a suit or a case online, you have to do a payment, online payment, that is through M-Pesa. So we got our M-Pesa statement and took it to the Supreme Court on time. And if you look at that judgment, which was delivered on the Eid al-Hajj, we covered all the points. Yeah, I have that judgment with me here, and if you go to page 4, is it page 4 of the ruling? The judges are saying, where the documents are filed, that the page 3, paragraph 9. The judges are saying, there is no doubt that the appellant filed a notice of appeal at the Court of Appeal on the 8th of March, 4 days after the Court of Appeal judgment. This shows I was serious with my appeal. I was not taking chances, because I was supposed to file an appeal within 14 days after the appeal has been delivered. Then, on the issue of my main appeal, the petition of appeal now at the Supreme Court, it was filed on 4th of April. 4th of April. 4 months, I think 3 months ago, 4th of April.
Okay, my question is this.
Yes.
But did this have anything to do with the Supreme Court?
Yes, it has.
Supreme Court upholding your impeachment?
Yes, it has. I'll come to that. I need these 2 minutes, and then we can go to another topic. It has. Why? On delivery of this ruling, yeah, the judges gave directions. This was 11th, that this matter should proceed on the 14th of July, just a day after my victory of Mombasa court ruling against the IBC. And the blunder the court did, the procedures of the Supreme Court, yeah, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm conservant. I've been in the court corridors for so many years. I'm conservant with the law, conversant. Now, once you file an appeal, the Supreme Court is supposed to give you directions as a petitioner, yeah, and all the respondents. Telling the respondents now they should file responses on what I have filed on the appeal. They challenge the appeal, yeah. Once they do that, the deputy registrar is supposed to give some further directions on the next course of action. So the next course of action was supposed to be, after the respondents file their responses, the petitioner is given time to file further and final submissions. Sababu wameweka objections zao. And it's not a one-page objection. There are over 12 respondents in my case. I sued so many people: Senate, County Assembly, county government, IBC is also a party. It's a party by this virtue because immediately after my impeachment, they gazetted a by-election to be held in Nairobi. I went to court and opposed that. I sued the IBC. I told the judge, look, I've got an active impeachment appeal case, which I think I might succeed. So if we do a by-election in Nairobi, it will just be an academic exercise. Everything will be overtaken by events. The judge listened to me. And I appreciate the fact that in some cases, I normally win. So sitaki kupiga mahakama because this one may lose. But you should look at the circumstances that made the Supreme Court kunidhulumu. This is about my life. Remember, one person cannot decide the fate of my future. Blanda mtu mmoja isiniharibie maisha yangu ya siasa, because that ni Chief Justice.
Chief Justice nunasema
alifanya blanda. I'm coming to that. I'm almost finishing. Now, they issued directions immediately after this. But they were not aware that the registry of Supreme Court hawaja tupatia directions kutuambia now the respondents have filed, governor come and file. The just told us we are proceeding with the hearing on 14th. You remember 13th? We were supposed to be in Mombasa for the ruling of my case. We started at 10, ikaisha 5 p.m. I'm coming to that now. And I want to, unisikize kwa makini.
Nakusikiza.
Now, after this ruling, they issued some directions, which I have. I'll give you the evidence. In their directions, they said, we must proceed with this case on the 14th hearing, virtually. So they did a very big mistake by telling us to proceed on 14th, because we had not seen the responses of our opponents. We had not filed our submissions kuweka further evidence. Remember, there was a case in inaendelea. I don't want to mention names, because that judge went to court to block us from discussing him in the media. A certain judge who has been suspended in the way he conducted my impeachment case. Yeah? And I took this evidence to the DCI. We did a trap. This judge was arrested.
Okay. I think we can fill in the blanks.
Yeah, filling the blanks. Yes. Yeah. So the same Martha Koome gave a summary to the president as JC president and said, we have suspended this judge because of Sonko's case. The president concurred with her and formed a tribunal and suspended this judge. That's a story for another day. Now, why the Supreme Court went wrong? They did not give us time to file our evidence. They had our case, bila kufile our evidence. And I want to repeat myself, my appeal has been there since the 4th of April, 3 months ago. They were supposed to have written to the respondents, bring your responses. Yeah. After the respondents, write to me, bring your final submissions. That was skipped. And I'm happy. When they told us to proceed on the 14th, my lawyer, or my lawyers on record, protested against this. Nyamo wrote to the Supreme Court on the 12th of July and told them, no, this is wrong. check your records. You have not gave us any directions to respond on what has been filed by the respondents. And in any case, even the respondents themselves have filed nothing in the court. So there is no way we can proceed. And I'm happy again, the Supreme Court admitted this blunder. I have a letter here from the Supreme Court, a very brief one page later, on the 12th at 3:30 p.m. Supreme Court admitted this position, and they apologized actually to me as the petitioner. They are saying, I refer to the above subject in which directions were issued on the 11th of July. Yeah, the day they were delivering the preliminary objection, which I won that case. I won that case, but the plans were different. That's a story for another day also. It has since come to our attention that due to an inadvertent mistake, their mistake, directions were not issued in respect to the petitioner filing submissions in support of the petition. We apologize, Supreme Court, we apologize for this oversight and hereby enclose further directions for compliance by the parties. They're apologizing to the petitioner. They are sorry. They did not give me directions on when to file my final submissions to the court. And they were right, because even the respondents themselves had not filed anything. And remember, we had over 7,000 to 10,000 pages, including that judge evidence, that my impeachment was not okay. So they admitted. But they gave further submissions. If you fall under this problem, the court is supposed to give you time, even if it's a week, so that it doesn't look as if I'm buying time. 7 days, 10 days, you study the responses by your opponent. You prepare.
My question
you go paragraph
is
by
this,
paragraph.
You're
Yes.
seeking to contest the Mombasa gubernatorial race.
Yes.
Ballot papers are already being printed.
Yes.
The IEBC came in and asked the courts,
Yes.
decide these cases quickly so that these people are not locked out.
I agree with you.
Yeah? So did you not expect the Supreme Court to handle this matter as expeditiously as possible within their power?
No. Article 50, we should get fair hearing. Hatuko suppose kukimbisha mambo ku impress mtu mmoja ama wawili. The law must be followed in the interest of justice. I want to give you a very good example. There is another MP who was sentenced to 67 years imprisonment. He's on the ballot, member for Serisia, Honorable Weluke. He's vying and he's a convict. Is that law for Weluke and law for Sonko? I've been telling Kenyans this from before. His appeal inakuja February next year. Why Sonko yake yarakishwe? Judgment of over 2 million pages, hearing ifanywe na 1 day, judgment the following day. Walipata times ngapi ya kwenda through all the detailed submissions of my opponents.
So even as you prosecute this in the court of public opinion,
Yes.
do you really see this going anywhere?
Yes.
Do you expect your name on the ballot come August the 9th?
Yes, because Article 193 sub Article 3, that made me to be on the ballot, is very clear. You have to exhaust all avenues of appeal. I've not exhausted. I'm still protesting against the Supreme Court's verdict of yesterday. Yeah, let me proceed and finish. Time. The directions they issued on the 11th are here, yeah, which are not correct. They're telling that the petitioner do serve a soft copy of the submissions by midnight today. While by the 12th we're in Mombasa waiting for a judgment which made me to be on the ballot. Yeah? And what are they saying? The respondents are at liberty to file soft copies by 10 a.m. on the 13th. Higher. Now, Sonko, what you're supposed to do, the petitioner remains at liberty to file soft copy of any rejoinder by noon on the 13th July. I was with all my lawyers in Mombasa. All had copies to be filed, all had copies of the filed responses and submissions to be filed at the court registry on or before 2 p.m. 13th of July 2022. While on that 13th, I have a notice from the High Court of Mombasa to all my lawyers and myself take notice, the matter which was slated for judgment on 15th July 2022 has been rescheduled to Wednesday, 13th July at 10 a.m. in an open court. Open court means I'm supposed to be there as the petitioner. All my lawyers are supposed to be there, and we're all there. So by this time, they're telling us to file at the Supreme Court, 10 a.m. We were in court, waiting for our judgment. And remember, in this case, on the 12th, we had prepared for the appeal. In case we lose in this case, we're supposed to look for justice. We're supposed to go to the next level of court on the IBC case. That's why we were prepared. So put yourself into my shoes. You are in the court, waiting for a verdict against the IBC. The Supreme Court tells you, come back to Nairobi, file your further evidence. And in this case, remember, our opponents, the respondents, had filed nothing. They're supposed to file their responses. We go through page by page, then prepare our final submissions and file, and be given a time to go and argue before either open court or virtually. Another problem, Martha Koome had already taken an opinion that she had made a statement that impeached governors are not supposed to be on the ballot. Yeah, convicted, whatever, anyone who is supposed to vie and is convicted is not supposed to be on the ballot, which was wrong. It was against the Constitution. In the case of an MP, Article 99 or Article 3, you're supposed to exhaust all avenues of appeal. In the case of my case as governor, because our qualifications are the same as the members of the county assembly, via Article 180 sub Article 2 of the Constitution, our qualifications are the same. Now, in this case, Article 199(3), yeah, a member of county assembly or governor, yeah, if you have been impeached under Article Chapter 6, yeah, or you have been sentenced or convicted, yeah, that is Article 192G, yeah, if any law has impeached you, you have to exhaust all avenues of law. And that Article 192 is very specific, 193 too, very specific. If you have been removed by any law in the Constitution, whether it's that Article 75 or any law, it has specified any law. 93.3 says you have to be given time to exhaust all avenues of appeal. You don't have to succeed in the appeal, but you must have an appeal.
Okay.
Now, by that virtue, Martha Koome knew we had a problem with her. 2 months ago, she issued a very negative statement about me, that governor is not supposed to be on the ballot. And she knew very well we were going to seek for disqualification. She was not supposed to be on the bench. She was supposed to recuse herself. But the forgery that the Supreme Court did, the Supreme Court that is led by Martha Koome, yeah, and I have a problem only with the Chief Justice. She knew we were going to seek for recusal. The direction they did to us, yeah, they told us the matter will be listed for hearing of the petition before a 5-bench judge on the 14th at 9 a.m. We were somehow comfortable. We knew Martha Koome will not sit. Why? She had already formed an opinion about me.
But this was an assumption. That does
not
not
explicitly
state that Martha Koome will not sit.
No, but if you say Supreme Court is composed of 7 judge bench.
But it has not listed which judges will sit, has it?
No, if you say 5, because we already had a bench in this matter. The same bench that presided the preliminary objection issue, it was the same bench that gave these directions, the hearing to be on the 14th. So we knew she was not going to sit. But then in the morning, at 9, we are seeing the presiding judge on the 7-bench judge is Martha Koome.
All right.
We were shocked. We even applied, we told your lordship, may you recuse yourself. She refused, and she said no evidence. Yes, there was no evidence because we knew she was not going to sit. But she sat. And then what was that? Hiyo haraka ilikuwa ni ya nini? Kesi ya makaratasi milioni 2, unaisikiza unairule kesho yake. Even in the presidential petitions, we have never seen this kind of scenario.
Unajua mimi si jaji, nitaachia East African Court of Justice waamue hiyo. But whatever position, if indeed the Chief Justice took that position on persons removed from public office not being cleared to contest elective office, it is the same position that IEBC took when they refused to clear you.
You know, IEBC is an independent body. There are over 10 petitioners who took us to court. to block us from presenting our papers. There was a three-judge bench that was formed, led by Justice Majanja. They lost. Why? Because of virtue of this Article 193.3. The law is very clear. Very clear. You have to exhaust. I don't want to repeat many times. I want to come to your point. Yeah. For IBC cases, yeah, once you're disqualified and you feel something is wrong, you need justice, you normally go to the Dispute Resolution Committee. We weren't there, but we didn't get justice. And Chebukati, in this issue, he was wrong. Why? Why clear a convict serving a sentence of 67 years who was a pending appeal at the court of the High Court? You clear him. Then the case of Sonko, you treat him differently. You say, no, you have been impeached. And the law is very clear. Impeached state officers, public officers, convicted, the law is the same, applies to all of us.
Okay.
Does it mean that is a guy, that guy is his relative?
Okay, but okay, because what I'm getting from you is that you, okay, are you feeling you were targeted?
Yes.
You are feeling
Yes.
You've been targeted.
Yes.
There's so what? It's been a sort of a roller coaster because one day we see the High Court 3-judge bench has instructed IBC to clear you to contest.
Yes.
A couple of days later, the Supreme Court finds that you are rightfully impeached.
Yes.
Two questions.
Yeah.
Before this High Court judgment happened,
yes,
we saw you with President Uhuru Kenyatta at Mihango.
Yes.
So people are wondering, did the state have anything to do with this 3-court judgment?
I totally disagree with you. That was wrong.
Judgment.
The state didn't have anything. Didn't have anything to do with this judgment. However, I went to wait for Kalonzo at the Wilson Airport. I think a couple of days ago, before even the fixing of this hearing of the Supreme Court. Then actually I met my, I can say, political mother, Mother Karua. I remember I won Makadara constituency because of her ticket, North Kenya. She greeted me, tukaongea vizuri, kambia mama mimi niko ndani ya Azimio, but hujaniona sana because I've got so many court battles. And we have a problem in Azimio. Instead of tukubaliana who's the popular candidate, Arisiwe Kuvai, we are busy fighting one another. I believe I can deliver more votes for Raila than my competitor in Mombasa, Mheshimiwa Abdul Somad. I have a lot of respect for him. Yeah? But that is not the case. Akasema wewe ngoja hapa, baba anakuja tuongee. Because I also respect Baba, I respect all the leaders. After like 10 minutes, Baba came. Kijana yangu huko I was seated with kina Ndio. Huko I want to talk to you. Akanivuta Baba kwa room. Akaniambia hii maneno nataka usaidie Abdul Somad to step down. Akaniambia no, I'm more popular on the ground than Abdul Somad. And Baba reasoned very well. You're sure? Can you step down for Abdul Somad? I told him no. We need to have Kalonzo here. And also, I go and consult my people, but me mistake kama Shakbal. People have been fighting for me, people have been suffering in Mombasa. Alafu ati nipeane kiti hivyo pole pole. I refused. Kabisa. When I was there, my friend called. You don't have any problem with him. Nilifanya makosa, tukasameheana, hata wewe unaweza kosewa hata nyumbani na bwanako.
Sasa huyo rafiki ni President Kenyatta.
Bwanako anazamka na stress akuchape kopi asubuhi. Kesho akwambia sweetie pole. Nisamee. Utamsamea ama umsamee?
Sioni nikimsamea hiyo. Lakini
that's another story.
Amepigia President Uhuru Kenyatta.
No. This is my friend. And I want to even thank him and praise him in a very big way. Yeah? He's a very understanding president. Kama Uhuru angekuwa mtu mbaya ma dictator vile watu wanasema, asingesemana na Raila, asingefanya handshake. Asingesamea kijana kama Baboino ambaye alimuita umbwa. Yeah? So this is a very understanding president. Sidhani kama tutakuwa na rais kama Uhuru.
So amekupigia.
Yeah, naenda Nairobi, nataka tuende pamoja. Simu yangu kaisha moto. Ikakatika. He called Raila Odinga. Is Sonko there? Yes. Mpatie simu. Excellency sasa niko hapa, niko nangoja Kalonzo. Okay, come to State House. Tuende tutembee pamoja kwa projects tuangalie. In good faith. Yeah? And I want to thank him for that. Sababu nimetolewa Nairobi, I'm no longer the governor, lakini anakuinvite tuende pamoja to inspect projects zile state zimefanya. Na nikaona president has done a very good job in Nairobi. There were so many advisors that time. Watu wakataka nikosane na yeye. We all thought when NMS came, watakuja na jeshi, watunyang'anye kila kitu. By then we didn't understand this NMS thing. There was a lot of confusion. I thought nimenyang'anywa kila kitu. So nikakuwa mkali, nikaanza kuprotest nini. Kumbe the president had a bigger plan for Nairobi. Yeah? He has done hospitals all over, the roads, Cabro, Majiko. So I was misled by then.
So,
na nikakubali makosa yangu, na nikaregelea na rafiki yangu kama mandugu, but he didn't do anything kwa kesi yangu ya Supreme Court.
Lakini,
na before uendelee, remember the BBI case?
Nakumbuka.
If the president was in control, why did the BBI case collapse at the High Court? Why did the BBI case collapse at the Court of Appeal? Why did the BBI case collapse at the Supreme Court? Kwa nini rais akupiga simu huko kusema asaidiwe? So let us not bring the president's name in this. Wacha mimi nipigane na hali yangu, but just accept Martha Koome has done a very big blunder in this country.
Haya, astaki tuendelee.
Not about Sonko, sababu sitaki scenario ya kesi zikirule koti ni nzuri. Zikirule vibaya ati kesi koti no, all the judges are good. From the Magistrates Court, High Court, Court of Appeal. I only have a problem with one judge who messed up with my life and my impeachment. So, number two, I only have a problem with one judge, the president of the Supreme Court, who messed up with my life. You don't do blunders, yeah? They did a mistake. They did not comply with their own procedures of the Supreme Court.
My question is this, if we are to go down that train of thought. The Senate upheld your impeachment. Ilitoka County Assembly, ikaenda Senate ikapita. Ukweli? Aya, Senate upheld. The High Court, even if you have a problem with one of those judges who presided over that matter, it still went to the Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal upheld your impeachment. It then moved to the Supreme Court, which upheld your impeachment. Are you saying all these people are conspiring against you?
Yes, it depends. It depends how that judgment has been acquired. Yeah. Here we have a case whereby a certain judge admits that certain officers came. A judge saying, this is your judgment, nimeirarua, ndo hii. You are supposed kurudi ofisini. But the mover of the motion akakuja na watu wa State House kwa nyumba yangu, admitting there is a video which was recorded by DCI, not Sonko, and NSIS. The judge admitting, he didn't know niko na watu huko juu, pole nisame, nimekudhulumu. Yeah? Nilikuwa nimeweza kuzirelease kwa ile rot in the judiciary. Wakachukua order, I respect the rule of law, I respect all the judges, magistrates. There's a certain chief magistrate will issue order. Sonko, don't talk about this guy anymore. Don't go to the media.
So tribunal wanashughulikia hiyo maneno.
No, wacha nikumalizie because it's a very important question which you have raised. Mimi I talk through evidence. Sipendi kuwekelea sababu nimeshindwa. Basi inategemea ile ushindi imepatikana kwa njia gani? Ya haki. Kama ni haki, I'll concede. Kama si haki, I'll fight. Kwa nini unidhulumu? Well, you had an opinion already formed in your head that Sonko should not be on the ballot. Then you're the same woman, I respect you a lot, presiding over my matter. Your juniors are scared of you. They'll follow your directions. She was not supposed to sit in that bench.
Aye.
And I was supposed to be accorded time to file my responses after the respondents had filed theirs. But in this case, the respondents filed nothing.
Aye.
I was responding to air.
Si hayo mambo umesema utayafuatilia kwa East African Court of Justice.
Yes.
But then you're sitting here singing the president's praises, saying you were unfairly removed from office.
Yes.
You are also the same man who signed away functions.
Yeah.
Belonging to the Nairobi County Governor.
Yes.
And you said you were intoxicated.
No. There was a lot of misunderstanding by then. There was a lot of communication breakdown by then. It is true, some documents which I signed, I was not aware what I was signing for.
So you want Mombasa residents to then trust you govern their county?
Mombasa is very different from Nairobi.
How do you sign things you're not
Mombasa,
aware of? You're a man who carries...
I read what I was signing for. Yeah? But on the last day of doing the addendum, on the final document, some of the things which were factored in in the final agreement were not there in the initial agreement when we started this thing. Yeah, and there was a lot of communication breakdowns, I'm telling you. But after some period, or after a duration, or after some time, we have seen what the president has done for Nairobi people, which is okay. Because shida yangu ni wananchi wanakuwa kwa roho yangu. We're also differing with senior government officers, akina Matiang'i, akina Kibicho, tukisema tupige hapa, tufanye nini, tutoe wananchi. I refused. That's where my problem started. These other things are exaggerations, diversionary tactics.
So you're saying
my issue was mimi sikutaka watu wapigwe kama tuko na Bandinola. I did a very good project in Pangani. Akina Kangeri freedom fighters were staying there. When a Bandinola project came, what did I do to the people? We compensated each and every tenant 600,000. We gave them county tracts. We gave them first priority to occupy houses on the ground floor.
Okay.
And we gave them title deeds.
So are you now conceding that given the issues you were dealing with with the authorities at the time, it was the best thing for NMS to come in and manage the county?
No, you are wrong. I won't allow you to go there. I won't allow you. Because why I'm not allowing you to go there, there are some reasons which made me partner with the president. Reason number one, I was told not to step to the county offices. I was barred from accessing my office. So I thought it was a good idea to partner with the national government. We've also been partnering with the national government. Remember my first days in office, there was a lot of noise from Nairobi estates, Westlands, all over the roads were pathetic, sewage, nothing, there was no development because we had inherited a very corrupt administration from my predecessor. What did we do? I channeled some money from the treasury, money for Nairobi County, to Kura. Yeah? We partnered with Minister Macharia for Kura to do some roads in Eastlands, Westlands, to do some projects. So we give them money from our budget allocation for roads. Yeah? This is a government agency. The noise is all over the county. Kindly, let us agree. Do some roads in Eastlands, do some roads in Westlands, as we can do some small roads in the estates. And that was done. After some few months, there was no noise. So this issue of national governments, UNMS kuingia, we were partnering with the government before through the Nairobi Regeneration Program. We gave them a lot of money from our Exchequer's allocation.
Speaking of partnership,
yes,
I don't know whether you've had a lot. There's this speculation that President Uhuru Kenyatta has welcomed you back into the fold in order to push Polycarp Igathe's gubernatorial ambitions for Nairobi.
That is a lie. People are trying to tarnish the president's name. That's nothing. Remember.
So how campaigning Polycarp?
Remember what? Is an Azimio candidate. I'm always busy in courts, but kama ningekuwa free, I'll campaign for the Azimio candidate wherever tunaenda. Yeah. Hata juzi tuliposhinda, I campaign for Raila Odinga and Martha Karua. The only problem, Baba is pushing for 6-piece. I can push for 6-piece in Mombasa, I'm automatically out. But we have decided to support Baba up there. Huku chini there's a lot of dhuluma. And if we don't control this in the few remaining days, we are going to lose in so many areas as Azimio.
So you're categorical,
so let me come back.
You're not, you've not been brought in
I want
to
come back to that, the issue of signing functions to the president. There are so many cartels who are involved. People were not happy with my cordial relationship with the president. After signing over the functions, maybe I meant well for the great people of Nairobi. If we go to all the major cities in the world, Dubai, everywhere, the national government has a role to play in those counties which are in the capital city.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I have very bad advisors. Kumba alikuwa ananichorea. Akina Guyo, the mover of the impeachment, who has rushed to Isiolo now. Akina Simon Mbugua. They're the people who are inciting me now. Listen, umesign hizi function kwa president, huyu president lazima umuattack. Kwanza cancel hii pesa. Akina Guyo. Don't give money to NMS. Actually, by then there was no legal framework for money to be transferred from county to NMS. There was a problem with that. Now, let me finish. The same people telling me, tukana rais, pigana na yeye, usikubali hii. At night they go back to the president, ona huyu mshenzi, amekotukana, wanamuonyesha video, na wana wamenambia tukana rais, pigana na rais. Angalia amekotukana. Kumbe they want to be in control. They were bringing their, lipa hii hewa, mimi nakataa. Lipa hii mimi nakataa. Kumbe they were not feeling good. Wakaanza kunichorea. The only bullet they had was to gonganisha me and the president.
Haya, nataka tumalizie.
Yes.
Polycarp Igathe, you're saying you will campaign for the Azimio candidate. The Azimio candidate in Nairobi is
my friend,
Polycarp
the
Igathe.
Bible says, kabla usaidia wengine jisaidie. There's no any gacha kesi zangu Mombasa nikuja nikampenia Igathe Nairobi. And I've no, he's my good friend. Yeah. Nilikuwa naenda mimi kupigana na kesi zangu kotini, sija kampeni Mombasa.
But una support candidature yake?
Candidature yote ya Azimio, mimi nikiwa kwa Azimio, nitaisupport.
Utaisupport.
Yes.
Because I'm asking this because this is a man who resigned 6 months into the job because he said he could not work with you.
I don't want to talk bad about him because he's not here to defend himself, but unajua ni softy. Alikuwa softy. Mtu amelelewa huko juu. Mimi ni mtu ya ground, mashinani. Olewa. Sasa the pressure labda asingeweza kuikubali. But pia
Juu alikuwa anasema ni kama mlikuwa mnataka kumcompromise.
No, how? Labda wao ni compromise mimi because mimi had seen all the loopholes including digitizing revenue, including kushika watu walikuwa wanakula hongo, including kutoa revenue collections za ukora nikapeleka kwa serikali National Bank. And that blanda ile nilifanya mimi nilionyesha watu sitaki pesa. There are so many issues here pending in court, but will be vindicated because of our stand.
Swala la mwisho. Why?
But still kwa Igathe tusimwaribie. We all learn through our mistakes. Yeah. Hata wewe si malaika, lazima kuna makosa ushafanyia mzee siku moja. So Igathe hata kama alifanya makosa, amejua makosa yake, yeah. Sasa amekuja kusimama kama gavana wa Nairobi.
La mwisho.
So
why contest in Mombasa and not Nairobi this time round?
But the contest hata Kisumu, hata Turkana, the law is very clear. I'm a Kenyan, I'm not a Tanzanian.
Lakini kwa nini Mombasa?
Mimi nimezaliwa Mombasa, nimesomea coast. Niko na roots Mombasa, niko na investments Mombasa. Ya, kwanza hata ikuwa Mombasa, ningeenda hata Machakos, ama Kwale, ama Kilifi, niko na investments huko kote. So where navai, I'm a Kenyan, I'm supposed to buy anywhere. Even Turkana na Tanzania nisimama.
So utabadilisha maisha ya anaishi Mombasa kivipi?
Kwa njia nyingi sana. Sababu tumeona kwanza kwa Mombasa kuna ubaguzi. Watu wamesafa siku mingi sana. Kulingana na biashara vile zinafanywa za county. Watu wa Mombasa wameteseka miaka mingi sana. So nilipokaa nikaona Nairobi kuna interest mingi na mahali mama yangu ametoka, sababu Mombasa ni mama zangu tuseme. Mahali tumetoka kuna shida mingi, wacha niwaondokee. Na niko na investments also. Niko na investment Mombasa County, Kwale County, Kilifi County, nimeajiri watu huko. Wala wacha nileuka mahali karibu na investment zangu nione vile naweza kugeuzia watu maisha. Kama nimesucceed Nairobi na mimi si mzaliwa Nairobi, nikageuza maisha, nikafanya mambo mengi nikiwa mbunge, nikafanya mambo mengi nikiwa senator, nikasucceed. Wananchi wakaniamini, wakanipatia ubunge, wakanipatia usenator, wakanipatia ugavana, makatelo wakaningoa. So kama sikungolewa na ukatelo ningeenda mbali sana.
Na IBC kisema hautakuwa kwenye ballot.
IBC kisema kwa njia gani? You know, we
Should
have...
they say the Supreme
Okay,
Court
it is wrong to release all your weapons to our opponents. Ndio wasene kutublock, but sababu umeuliza swali lazima nitajibu. Kuna kitu inaitwa review. Kuna cases, nitaziongea kwa press conference ambapo reviews ilifanyika za Supreme Court na wakageuza ubadilishaji. There are so many technicalities involved. Remember, appeal is just a minor bladder. By that virtue of Mother Koome sitting in that bench, and she had formed her opinion, that's a technicality already. By the Supreme Court writing to us and say the matter will be decided over by a 5-judge bench, then to pata ukora wameleta 7-judge bench, that's a technicality already. In any court of justice you'll get. Yeah? But in this case we have to sue Mother Koome. And I respect her a lot. I respect the judiciary a lot. I respect the judges and magistrates a lot. Sitaki mimi kupigana na majaji. I want to deal with my justice. I've been denied justice by the Supreme Court. Walijua niko Mombasa on the 13th na maloya wangu, why tell us to file our responses by midnight. And that was wrong.
And I'll leave it at that. But it's interesting. You're saying two standards of justice. You're saying why target Sonko, who was impeached, and allow convicts to run for this office. But were you not convicted as well? At a certain point, I remember mambo ya Shimo Latewa.
But what did I do? Did I rape anyone? or kill anyone or steal any money. It was a contempt of court case. It's a normal case. I was sentenced to 6 months imprisonment, and I appealed against the sentence. My appeal was allowed. Why they didn't bring this question 26 years ago? It started 26 years ago. It's a question that has been brought whenever I vie. MP, that's when I was vying for parliamentary seat, these are the questions which were brought in court. And I won. Because I've got a judgment by Justice Oguk that they've never appealed. You go to the Senate, they brought the same cases. When I was the governor, I brought the same cases. So the answers ziko hapa kwa fingertips. Yeah. So hata niko immune kwa these problems now. I think I'll go and study law now because every time tunasoma hii maneno.
I thank you so much for
but I don't feel bad. The Supreme Court lakini imenidhulumu. Wangenipatia tu time ni file evidence yangu. Niwaletee video yule judge akiniambia nimekudhulumu, lakini watu kuna mtu alitoka State House akakuja na kinaguyo kwa nyumba yangu na anaongea kwa nyumba yangu, wakasema wametumwa na mkubwa na wakanipatia ile walinipatia na kaganyia wenzake. Anaongea. Na hata court of appeal yako na control. Kuna wakili fulani anatumia ikiwa na kesi huko anampatia, anapelekea majaji na amewataja majina. Kwa nini ameenda kuniblock kwa court nisiongelee facts? Kama mimi Sonko na masolo zangu nimedhulumiwa, how about a normal Kenyan? Wala nyang'anywa mashamba. Na kesi ya Mavidio kunyang'anywa mashamba Nairobi nilimaliza. Kesi ya fake arrest kuwekelewa watu nilimaliza. Nikaregeshia wenyewe mashamba zao. Nikaregeshia serikali mashamba zake nikisaidiana na rais. Kangundo Road Police Station, Fire Station. Ni shamba ilikuwa mtu amechukua akajenga ghorofa 10. Tukaangusha, tukaweka fire station pale. Sehemu Waithaka, tukaangusha, tumeweka fire station hapo. Sehemu Riro Market ambayo kina kamanda walikuwa wameiba. Nikanyang'anya nikaregesha pesa kwa soko kama ya Dubai Mall inasimama hapo sasa hii. Kirandini, Dagoretti, soko kubwa. Kwa nini hazijafunguliwa hizi za project za Sonko?
Umetetea waliofinyiliwa.
Enda kwa report ya control of budget. Check the revenue that Sonko was collecting and what is being collected now. I used to do 100 million a day. Kumbe ndio makosa nilifanya. Nilienda kwa media kutangaza. Tuna collect Nairobi 100 million a day. A month tunafanya over 10 billion. Makatelo kasirika. Pending bills in Nairobi, I inherited 64 billion. I am the first governor yule aliform pending bills committee. Nikaka technical class PLO Lumumba, Eric Mutua, ESCC, DCI. From 64 billion tulienda ground, niweka pending bills committee, unasikia hapa kumejengwa bridge imekola 300 million. You go to the bridge, there is nothing, even a foundation stone, even sand.
Lakini kwa hivyo unasema mwenye yako governor sahi afanyi kazi?
Nasema revenue, mimi najitetea what I used to do. Ambaye mimi nimefanya. So nika reduce bills from 64 billion to 11 billion. Sasa imeongezeka to 85 billion from 11 billion.
Wacha tuiachie hapo.
So mimi I did my part. Lakini katezwa kaganga. Have you heard ile msemo inasema corruption always fights back? Yeah? One day Kenyans watakuja sema Sonko he knew what he was talking about.
Okay. Yes. We appreciate your time for taking the time to speak to us. I will see you on the other side of studio.